the dog.
Good evening. Welcome to another episode of A Contagious Smile Unstoppable. Hi, babe.
Howdy, y'all.
Okay, I have to tell this story because it is freaking hysterical. Like, my eyes are still kind of watering from it. So, my husband goes in to take a shower.
Oh, Lord. That story.
This is great. Like, this is just freaking hysterical. So, he goes in to take his shower and he immediately looks in the tub and he goes, "Oh God, like I don't know what is in the bottom of the tub, but it was like a few in the edge in the back."
A few.
I don't know if I can say it right because it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Folks, we're talking cow pie.
Oh, stop it. It was not.
There was huge, if I can make up this word, globular clusters of chunky mass
Okay, now
in the tub.
let's
And
rewind.
I had no idea what
it
dust
was.
it was.
So let's rewind. It is incredibly hard to control and take care of my hair the way I used to, being a one handed woman. And so I have been diligently looking for products that would help me with this process. So I found this amazing hair mask that is avocado and olive oil, and it's amazing.
It is truly amazing. It smells yummy.
Like I thought my husband was gonna eat my hair. Anyway, so the face he just made. Anyway, so what you do is like you shower, shampoo and condition your hair with their shampoo and conditioner. And then when it's done, you put this mask on. And it's very thin and very liquefied. It's really like you have to be careful or you're gonna waste it, and it's expensive in regards to the fact for being a hair mask. So, are you done?
Mm-hmm.
So I put it on, and you're supposed to leave it on for like 10 to 15 minutes. So what I do is I take that time and I just take the time and turn the shower off and just sit in some warm water and just relax because I don't get time to myself ever. Well,
Can you fast forward?
so needless to say, when I rinsed it out, it left behind some little dollops of
Large dollops.
no,
Yes.
of hair product in the back side by my spa pillow. That's where it was.
Mhm.
Right. So not in like, and my spa pillow is dark. So anyway, I get out. I'm exhausted because we had a long weekend of garage sailing and things like that. So I am exhausted, which is uncommon. And literally, I get out, and my husband is like trying to eat my hair because he's obsessed with the smell of it. And I forget outside of mind. So my husband comes home from work and goes in and gets in the bathroom and doesn't tell me any of this. Well, as he comes into the office, he says to me, "Oh my God, I didn't know if I was going to say anything to you. I didn't know if you had an accident and crapped in the tub." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "People do it. It's okay. People shit themselves." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then I remember, light bulb. It was the avocado. And my husband is telling the story about how he could not stand this, wouldn't even ask me. Like, maybe, were you thinking maybe that you did it and you forgot it?
No, I knew it was one of you girls.
Well, so he goes and takes everything out from under the bathroom sinks, trying to see what products he can find to clean this up. He never asks me. He never says, "Babe, what happened here?" or "Where's a cleaner?" No, nothing. And so my sweet, sexy husband goes in there and starts cleaning the tub, butt ass naked.
Thanks. They did not need that business.
Oh, this is hilarious. So that he can clean the tub before. If you had seen his face, it was absolutely priceless. It was great. So thanks for absolutely making my face hurt. That was fantastic.
Seriously?
Yes, it was hilarious because you came in here like, do I tell her? Do I not tell her? She needs to know, but I don't want to embarrass her. Yada yada yada. And then you're like, well, you're welcome. My wife is gonna have an incredibly spotless tub.
Yes. I didn't know what it was, and I didn't want y'all to get sick because you always take a bath.
But I
And
take a
yes,
shower and do my hair.
I am a 50-year-old guy, and in the past,
You know,
I-
Faith is gonna love this.
I have farted and I have shit myself. I have had diarrhea, and before I could get troweled down,
Wait, is that our redneck word of the week? Trowel down.
trowel,
What is that?
yes.
What is
You
that?
drop trowel. Before I could get it down, I have exploded through the underwear onto the denim, across the walls. Yes.
Uh-uh.
Oh yes, I have decimated a bathroom stall. Yes,
Are you talking about Chick-fil-A?
yes. You remember that?
I have no okay.
I was wiping I threw away the underwear. I stood
I know.
some for $15 an hour. So
It was like the shit hit the fan.
but guys, would y'all do that for your wife? Would you try to cover up? You know, if they made a mistake or that, hey, I don't know. I was just trying to be polite but I have to say something because that's the way my wife and I are. We don't hold anything back, as y'all can tell over the years, listening to Unstoppable.
Which I want to tell everybody thank you so much because our last episode we had like just shy of 3 million.
That's crazy.
I know, but that's because they love our camaraderie, they love our chemistry.
Well, there you go. There's a shameless plug for, hey, y'all want to do podcasting? Get with my lovely wife. She'll show you how to podcast and get your numbers out there and up. I think she's got a training course on there, right?
I have one coming.
Yeah.
But now, why don't we talk about the really cool auction that we're going to come live with on
Yes.
November 8th?
Go ahead.
You're an ass clown. So on
This is your.
November 8th, we're going live with an auction where you can bid on some of your favorite people's items. Like, for instance, I have Who Kicked First and Narc Narc on there. You can purchase the book and I will personalize it and autograph it. There are books out there from Faith that she did, and she'll do the same. We've reached out to some of our other amazing friends who are also doing it. We have gift cards that you can do. What a great idea for something different for holiday present. Like, I think that's going to be phenomenal. And all of it all the money raised is going to help special needs families during the holidays and survivors of abuse. So we are giving back and paying it forward because this is something Faith has done every year. And after her being in the hospital over Christmas and New Year's this past year, we are trying to just do bigger and better than ever. Just thank her for everything that she does. You never know if it's going to be you. And I hope and pray to God it's not. But let me tell you, when it happens and you don't expect it, it will turn your world upside down. And God forbid it happens, you can come here. We'll do everything we can to help you. But you know what? If you give up one cup of coffee at Starbucks, which is like $10 now, it's absurd, to help
I know because
this,
I buy them for her all the time.
then
Not all the time.
well, but even contributing something as simple as like $10 makes a world of difference. And if you want to contribute something that recognizes you or your company or something that you are doing as a hobby, not only will we promote it across our millions of followers, but we will also put the link with you and you can put it on and we'll cross promote and help you get more publicity, which is an amazing opportunity for you as well.
For example, this weekend we advertised a young man that we see quite often in the restaurant that we frequent, his amazing birdhouses.
Oh, they're amazing. They're so
And
beautiful.
it's not just for old men. making birdhouses, and they're not simple. They're very unique designs. And so we wanted to, kind of spotlight him, excuse me, even though he goes to fairs and whatnot and has booths set up. So it was awesome.
But you know what? My husband had to learn this, is that when we did this garage
I had
sale,
to learn a lot of things.
I know. I went out an hour early and I'm like, people are going to be here an hour early. 2 minutes after 7, when we were going to open at 8, there were already people here. And he couldn't believe it. He was sleeping, so he wouldn't know. So,
What I couldn't believe is how many men showed up first thing in the morning to a yard sale. Back in my day, it was the old biddies
the
and
what?
the old biddies.
Biddy?
The biddies. The biddies. The biddies? No? Okay. We'll come back to biddies and trowel. Drop trowel.
Okay.
And the moms, taking their little snot-nosed kids out in the station wagon. Yes, we had a station wagon.
I bet I know what was done in the back of it.
To load it up with junk.
I ain't talking about
Around
you.
yard sales.
I'm talking about you.
So I have changed my perspective on yard sales now.
Mm-hmm.
So many guys came up and said, hey, I do this for a living. Go to yard sales, find junk, buy it cheap, and then resell it.
And my husband, love of my life soulmate, says, why don't we do this weekly? Have you lost your mind? Like, seriously? It's quite tiring.
It is exhausting.
But maybe
Oh,
not even
my
half the
gosh.
time.
I was out there the entire time.
No, you weren't. I have now made friends from the garage sale who will say different.
Oh, I did take a nap, didn't I?
Each day you
that
took
one
2.
day.
What? No. So I can tell you that a lot of people have commented about the chemistry and stuff that you and I have, and that it's not common, and that we laugh all the time, or is it only on air? No, we laugh all the
No,
time.
they laugh at me all the time.
Well, stop giving us so much material to work with.
Is that a fat joke?
No. Like last night, my husband decided to have a little bit of that hunker down of the mouth. Did I do that right? Was that good?
No.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. And
Hunker?
hunker down of the mouth, like diarrhea of the mouth.
No. Wrong adjective.
And it's not an adjective. And so Faith is downstairs and she is literally cracking. She's like, I love when you two play the playful banter. This is great. Like, she is hilarious. It's hysterical. So one of the things, these two love pranking one another. I mean, it has become as common as waking up and getting dressed in the morning. They prank each other constantly. So a prank has been brought to the table now, and it's actually pretty doggone funny.
It is not funny.
It is downright hilarious. My husband, and ladies, he's married, he will not cheat, he will not stray, has a 15 size shoe. I had to put that out there before saying.
Wow. Just wow.
So anyway, he always says in a joking manner, rub my feet, use lotion, or
with oil,
or whatever, rub my feet,
oil,
whatever, rub my feet. Because when Faith was in the hospital, I took video of him massaging her feet with lotion.
They were so calloused and broken up.
And so he rubbed her feet and he's like, you better tell her about this. And, he would rub, just so sweet, Dad. And so, of course, not only did I tell her, I took video and photos and everything, because that's what Mom does. So she and her amazing bestie ever, Abby, who will be here again soon, whoop, whoop, decided to come up with some ideas and some pranks and whatever. Well, they have this amazing idea that they're gonna rub your feet and then glue your toes together.
You absolutely suck at telling stories. You take forever to get around to the punchline, the finish line.
It's not true.
You go off in left field. Yes, you do.
Why'd you marry me?
You know you do. Because you're the right woman.
But I tell long stories.
You're my soulmate. That wasn't a prerequisite.
That's my grandparents telling you to watch your mouth. You see that karma?
That's so true, because sometimes we'll be talking
And you
about
make some
them,
stupid comment.
and then the light will come on beside our bed, and nobody's touched it. We're like, oh,
Yeah,
yep,
there he is.
there he is.
Or in the hospital, when I would say, you know, your guardian angels are over you, Faith. We've got this, you know, they're right here. All of a sudden, every time something like that was said, the automatic paper dispenser
Oh, that's right. Would go off.
would go off, you know, in front of
Right.
next to the thing every time. So yeah, and whenever he says something stupid, Faith, who never had the privilege of physically meeting my grandparents, would go grab a frying pan, which is something like my grandmother would say and do, and she'd be like, "Go ahead and mouth off again." Like, and I'm just like, how does she know she did that? Like, it's just.
Now this is in jest, y'all.
Oh no.
None of us have hit each other.
Oh God, no, no. And it's so funny because he'll say something to her and she's like, "Do you want to go in the ICU?" I mean, it's just hysterical, the banter between the two. And you know, it's she's so funny because she knows that she's got him wrapped around her finger.
I call bullshit.
You do. Oh my God, you cry. Okay, let's take a poll. So she goes in and skins her knee.
Is this going to take forever?
Suck it. So she goes and skins her knee and messages him, and he drops what he's doing, and he comes. And let me remind you where we are. We're in the doctor's office. Okay.
I was right around the corner.
Bullshit. So you come up there, and the whole staff was cracking up laughing that here's Dad coming up because little pumpkin pie got a little scabby wabby on her knee. Like it wasn't even a big deal, right? So when I fell,
My daughter was hurt.
when I fell, and I ended up like bruised from my kneecap to my ankle and all the way around on both sides, as you remember, and cut open my amputated arm. My husband didn't come home until after work. Like, forget it. I left skin samples on the concrete. And my husband, nope, I couldn't walk straight.
You're a lot tougher than she is.
No, that is one tough cookie.
She is
Faith
tough,
tough.
but you're tougher.
Okay. She gets a cavity or a crown put on in her tooth. And
That's
my
massive
husband,
pain.
they put her to sleep for it.
It's still painful.
My husband paces the floor. Like, it's deja vu for me, thinking that I was that way as a medical mom back when she was first born. Now, my husband is like, I'm not leaving the room. I'm not going to go and do that. Won't close his eyes. Now, I get a little thing called an amputation. And my husband, before I even go back, is already asleep. Before they take me back, they let him and my daughter come up and see me prior to taking me into the OR. And they're like, okay, you got 10 minutes with her and we're going to take her back and start. What does my husband do? He starts, while standing up, falling asleep while standing. And I'm like, babe, they're going to take me back in a minute. And he's like, I can't do it, babe. I can't do it. I got to go sit down in the waiting room. I got to go sit in the waiting room. And Faith is like, is there a room available next door? Because you're like, yeah, I can go lay in the bed till she's done. And just Faith is like, no, because I'm going to kick your ass.
Okay, let's theorize this.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in a hospital.
We were in a doctor's office when she skinned her knee at the hospital.
Okay.
In the hospital.
We're
Go ahead,
amongst
give your big shot.
we're amongst family. We're
Who?
you, me, and our girl.
That's the same group that was there when
Right.
she got a boo-boo
See?
on the knee.
We're
And I mean
safe
a boo-boo.
and secure. If anything happens, you have medical staff at hand.
Which we don't trust most of them anyway. Boo-boo.
Well, not after they took your arm.
Right. Which was why? Oh yeah. Okay. Anyway, so you can't even go for 5 minutes prior to them wheeling me back.
There's a lot of men out there that go to sleep on a dime.
That has nothing to do with the fact that you're about to go see your arm lose your wife lose an arm and you can't for 5 minutes.
I would have stayed awake if I'd gone back there.
No.
Yes.
No.
I would have been filming it.
No. You can't even watch Pimple Popper.
Oh no, that's disgusting. That's no, ugh.
How can you? That doesn't even make sense. So how come you can fall asleep when the love of your life has something like that done, but she gets a little crown and you can't
That's
handle
our
it?
baby girl.
She gets, it's not even the size of a dime, little cut on her knee, which I've already taken care of. And we're
I'm
at the
showing
doctor's
her
little bit.
dad's supporting.
But I lose like the skin all down my leg and I bruise profusely, and you're like, also you have to work. Cricket, cricket,
Cricket.
cricket, cricket.
No, you're right. I did.
Uh-huh. Every
But
time
see,
after surgery,
Look
you
at
gotta
you. You're all right. You're
Every
perfectly fine.
time.
You're still gorgeous, beautiful, sexy.
You ain't
Hot.
coming back from that one.
Hmm.
So are we nervous about tomorrow being election day? As we
No, last thing I know is they're neck and neck. That's all I knew. That's all I saw was they're neck and neck. Neck and neck.
It's scary.
It is scary. But are we talking about that?
For a minute,
Because I don't like talking about politics.
we're not talking about politics, we're talking about the future of our
You
country.
talk about politics. So so the conversation was brought up tonight with our daughter, why should we care?
Okay, go ahead.
Right. Why should we care? Who
Because
wins?
it's about our livelihood.
Right. It affects
The facts.
the family and so much as the food that we eat. Hey, babe, we can't buy this anymore because now it's $20. Under Trump, it was $2.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes.
But they say that it wasn't Trump that changed the groceries back, that it was,
Nixon.
Nixon. It was like Obama, and it bled over into
It
Trump.
just caught up.
That's what they always say. Always. But then you have these Hollywood people that are like, oh, like the first time.
Well, we have some good Hollywood people.
Yes. If Whoopi Goldberg said, during the first election with Trump, that if he won, she was moving out of the country. And she was adamant. She, on The View, would not even say President Trump. She would say, that guy. Like, she would never call President Trump that guy. Right? Joy Behar, that guy, And, we're leaving the country if he gets in office. Yada, yada, yada. Trump offered to lend the plane. They're still here. They're still here. And here's the thing. The View is made up of.
Is this what you want to talk about?
For just a second.
Okay.
Like, they have political correspondence when they had, second. Like, when they had Meghan McCain. She was always bullied on that show, right? Always. But the thing is that Whoopi Goldberg was a comedian, which I don't know, I never thought any of her work was funny, but to each their own. And then you have Joy Behar, which I guess she was a comedian, whatever. But I just, I've had people say, well, what if you got called to go on there? Or, whatever, with your book or the story, whatever. I don't go. And I know they would say something like, well, who is she? She's nobody. She's not a nobody. Whatever. But you know what? The thing is, if I'm going to say something so strong, I make such a strong statement that, hey, if this person gets in office, I'm out of here. Mm-hmm. Then how do you explain that when he walks into office and you're still sitting there? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
Okay. Are you done saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that enough about politics?
Sure.
Because you asked the audience, how do they feel about tomorrow's election?
Right.
And you want to bring up Whoopi Goldberg.
Because I can't watch you. Like, you see all these excerpts everywhere, and they're talking about, like, when I'm working, I have excerpts going on in the background for noise, and she's all like, oh, Kamala. And then the next day she calls her Kamala. And
that
the
was
next
today?
day. Yeah, there are all these excerpts, just like little video clips. And it says, whatever. And then if anybody talks bad about her, about Whoopi, and she hears about it, she brings it up on The View. Like, this person disrespected me and said this and that. Well, how can she be okay to talk bad about people and disrespect people, but she can't take it, but she sure can dish it out? That's all I'm saying. That's it. I'm saying whatever. That's all I got on that one, because I'm not a fan.
Next. How's your series coming along? You and Dana?
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. She's amazing. She's awesome. We laugh because combined in the episodes that we've released so far, we've got way over 10 million. And we asked our listeners to come up with questions for us to answer. And I have written every single one of them down. And these are all the pages that we have left to go through that we haven't gone to yet of the questions asked to us. Like we've got 16 pages left of questions. And anytime we get another question, I add it in. And I told her, I was like, even if we've answered it, I want the the people, the readers or listeners or whatever, to be able to come to us and, and say, you know what, they did read my question on there.
Mhm.
Now, we don't say their names out of respect for confidentiality, but, I'll say this really nice lady asked this question, or this younger gentleman asked this question. And they're very detailed questions. I mean, there are some really amazing listeners we've got. So, we hate that there's so many people going through this, but we love that so many people are able to listen and communicate with us and get some answers that they might not be getting anywhere else.
So the name of the series is
It's such a long name. You're gonna say it's out in left field. Narc narc, who's there? Help, I'm gasping for air. Which is 2 book titles in one.
and the name of the book titles are
Narc narc, who's there, which is my
the name of the
prequel.
show. Right.
And Gasping for Air, which you have to go read, is Dana's first book. And then Choking on Shame is the one she just released. We released our prequels, literally the same week together.
The prequel?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Which was amazing. And then when she got her prequel copy, my copy came with hers in the mail to her, which she thought was just amazing. She's an amazing person. Like, she's been through a lot. My hat's off to her. Why are you looking at me like that? You want to eat my hair?
You're beautiful.
Thank you. I'm getting better.
Yes, you are.
I am. Hey,
Every day you're getting better. You put everybody else first. You put everybody else out there. And you don't look at yourself in the mirror.
well, that's because most people told me I jaded that mirror or I broke that
And
mirror.
where are those people at? They're out of your life. So their shit doesn't matter. Okay? The loved ones you have in your life right now matter. Listen to them. Listen to him. I think I am the president of this company.
And how many people has
Right?
told you over the weekend that the CEO trumps the president?
No.
The president, yeah.
No, most men I talked to said there's nobody higher than the president. So
You're talking about Farmer Friend?
yes. How'd you remember him?
You
Yeah.
also remember John Adams?
We actually had John Adams here, y'all. He was a little eccentric,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Oh, yeah, you were sleeping when he first got here for like half an hour. Where
Oh, that's when you moved the toolbox or whatever it was.
at 702 by myself. 702 toolbox, the rolling heavy toolbox.
Oh, it was on wheels.
I had to get it in the back of a sedan.
On wheels.
I had to lift it up without ripping the leather of a sedan.
With help from the driver.
He needed some assistance in getting it together. And then as he left, John Adams pulls up and like very chatty catty, right? And just kept talking like about there's things that I have no clue about. Like I don't know anything about scrapping copper or whatever. And he's asking all these questions and he just was like all about whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. And he just keeps going. He's like the energizer bunny. He just kept going and going and going.
Okay, that doesn't sound right.
Why? Because he hungered down with a mouse. Did I say it right this time?
No.
Why?
Y'all help me with my wife. She doesn't know how to properly use the word hunker.
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 Hunker. Like
Mhm.
honk?
No.
Like
No.
honk?
No.
Like beep beep? No. No.
What else you got going on, babe?
Well,
You got any upcoming interviews, conversations?
always. Always.
You're still talking to Scott Hamilton. He's got a show coming up November
24th.
24th. What else?
We're putting together the auction.
Which is a good idea. We get a lot of people, especially when I go out and I meet a lot of people,
People
a lot
donate
of
a lot.
artists,
Yeah.
you know, and however you want to look at the word artist, whether it's artist as in hey, I'm a rapper or artist, as in I put together glass murals.
What?
Murals,
What?
murals,
What?
murals,
Don't say anything about me saying
Murals.
hunker down when you can't say murals.
What? What word is that?
You can't say murals.
I just said murals.
No, you didn't.
Murals.
Say testosterone.
No,
Why?
because we're not talking about testosterone. Okay? We're talking about murals. Anyway, artists. People who paint, people who draw. They're artists.
People who what?
Draw.
Draw.
Draw. What's wrong with you tonight? Are you on drugs?
Never been on drugs. That's
You haven't.
never. Not even after
You
amputation.
won't take any prescription.
No.
Y'all, this woman can be prescribed everything and she won't take
I won't even
anything.
fill the prescriptions. What's the point? Why fill them if I'm not going to take them? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
But I love her. She knows I do.
I have to say, and he's probably going to be like, woman,
Lord.
I asked him what his biggest accomplishment was. And it was so sweet.
Oh, you're gonna get mushy.
Yes. People love it. They love the fact that there is hope out there that they can find what we have.
No, they just think I'm a big old fat guy who's mushy with a big foot. Thank you very much.
Well, you have a big foot.
What about all the other stuff?
That's not accurate. I tell you that all the time. I tell you, you're sexy every day.
And you're blind.
You know what?
Okay, continue.
So I asked him what his biggest accomplishment was, and it was the sweetest thing because he said, myself in faith. Well, actually, he said,
I finally got my head out my ass and did the right thing. It just took me a long time to do it.
is that not right?
That's about right.
And then I said, what is your biggest fear?
No, we won't go there.
Losing us.
Mm.
He has a sweet side. It comes out rarely, but it does. It comes out rarely. Yes. I don't know why. Like you've been up. Oh, we have a new word. We have a new word. See? So when you nap, it's a short period of time of rest, is the definition of napping, right? So that doesn't qualify for you. So when you take sleeps that are 3-4 hours apiece, and then you get up and have dinner, and then you go back to sleep, and then you get up for like 30-45 minutes, and then you go to bed for the night. That's not naps, right? So Faith and I were talking, and now we're like, you're doing WAPs.
WAPs.
Right. Because wake, and you're like awake, waking instead of napping. You're like, it's a period of where you're actually awake. So we took the in off for, because Faith was being adorable. And instead of like, for a short period of time, which she took the word nap and changed it to WAP because you're awake for a short period of time. So you like wake up to do something, and that's when you're WAPing. And then you go back to sleep the rest of the time because you literally spend more time sleeping than you do awake. You do. On the weekends, you do.
Recharging.
No.
Yes.
No. Have any of y'all ever had a shocking moment that you end up realizing as you eat crow that you already subconsciously knew but didn't want to come to a realization about?
Where are you going with this?
Like, I asked you a question about a certain ethnicity at dinner, and when you confirmed, and all of a sudden I felt like regurgitating, and then I was like, how am I not aware of this? And then I realized I was. That's almost like regurgitating and eating it and regurgitating it again as it comes back into my mouth because it's gross. Like,
So you're saying it was there in front of your face, but you refused to see the truth.
because sometimes you don't want to know that
Right.
that happened
Right.
because, like, ew.
Yeah.
Ew, 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 ew. Like, you don't like to even kiss me if Stucco kisses me. And he kisses
I'm
me
not
on the cheek.
kissing. I'm not.
Tread
No.
carefully.
I'm not sucking face with my wife after a dog licks her.
Yeah, do you want to go there?
Well,
Do you really want to go there?
you know what I mean.
No, please explain.
I just don't like the dog to look me in the face, in the mouth.
You had plenty of dogs lick you in the face.
Oh, yes, but they're in the past.
Okay.
I have this one in our house right now.
But Stucco is the sweetest thing ever.
He is very sweet.
Right.
He's very gentle.
Right. But when I think about some of the places that some of your places have been, it
Oh,
literally
look at the time.
is nauseating.
It's 1:15.
Oh, but guess what? Because we fell down, because
No.
time change, we're still good.
No, we're not.
Uh-huh.
So I'll let you take us out.
No, I brought us in.
And I brought us out last time.
Well, here we go. Go for it.
Thank y'all for listening to another episode of the Stop Old with Victoria, the sexy tattooed redhead over here, the one-armed Terminator, sexy machine that she is, and myself, just the guy in the background.
Not true.
Y'all jump on our website and check us out. Everything that all it provides. Y'all go check out all the books under Victoria Curate
This is the first episode you have not mentioned.
and Faith Curate.
You've mentioned a book.
So she's got a few books. Our little Faith has written 5 books. And she's got a billion more in her mind. And I hear about all the characters all the time, their background, and they're half sisters, they're half demons, and they got one eye purple, one eye bat winged, and
Why do you have to say that?
she's got some imagination. So folks like Shanti inspire her.
Something's awesome.
So thank y'all for listening. Continue to share and follow us everywhere we are. Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.